So what do you know, it's a bit of a surprise. Before putting these two cars together, I was convinced that the Vitara Brezza is just going to look so much more SUV-like. And guess what? The EcoSport's the one that's actually taller and manages to hold its own in terms of proportion. But see how different both these cars are. They have a different sense of styling completely. Yes, this is taller, but yes, this one has the SUV proportion. How do they compare in terms of actual dimensions? Let's run that comparison for you now. So there's a bit of a masterstroke from Ford, taking the really capable, really popular and a really taut Fiesta platform. That hatchback has done so well for Ford globally, and then turning it into the EcoSport. The downside, of course, when you do anything like this is that you're taking something that's really congruous and then you're raising the height and you're sort of making things a little unnatural, which goes away from the original design. The good news is that Ford got that part together really well too, and so which is why this car handles beautifully. Every Ford car, as compared to some of the Japanese or the Korean cars, that's the thing we always say, right? That it just handles very precisely. Well, of course, when you compare these two cars as well, the thing that comes forward is just how beautifully this car handles. It goes where you want it to go, the steering is really precise, and it gives you this really pleasurable sense of driving, which is very hatch-like. And frankly, from a pure driving delight point of view, that is a good thing. Despite having a very similar color palette, the feel of or the sense of space that you get on the Vitara Brezza is just a whole lot more than on the EcoSport. And you know what, when you're driving as well, you get the sense that you're driving a bigger car. To that point, I know I was a little critical of the fact that this has this SUV feel to it, but you know what, for people who want that, maybe the EcoSport is too hatch-like. Maybe it isn't SUV enough for a lot of people in terms of its character and its drive feel. So from a dynamic point of view, well, the Vitara Brezza could actually work for a lot of people. So the bits I don't like, well, clearly the handling letting me down. I am a bit disappointed by that. The fact that it also has this SUV feel to it. There isn't a body roll, but I'm getting an ungainly feel, which you don't expect from a monocoque car. Another downside, the things I absolutely love, the driving position, nice commanding position of the road, excellent work on the suspension because the car has this really mature, solid feel to it. It definitely feels like Maruti knew what it was doing in this department, and the reason that comes through very well is that it's not a soft, mushy suspension just for comfort. You get a nice feel from it, it's got this sturdy sense as well, and yet it glides over potholes. It swallows pretty much anything that comes in the form of bad roads, and you'll get a great sense of comfort even sitting at the rear. So yeah, I think that's got to be the one clear USP on the Vitara Brezza.